lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Good. 180. Check 53. I got it.
Mayfield on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, we've got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. Well, the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Number 53, not 53. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, I 7. My touch.
And again, it's Mayfield. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already, the outer edges of the field goal. But, like you all...
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check. 53.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Watch my touch.
Here's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 33-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield now, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Alert, 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 alert.
53, Mike, quick.
Hey, let go.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ja'Kai Polite brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And his pass incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You smooth.
Mike 54.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Watch out.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Here we go, son. 458's the Mike. Night, sweetheart.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him. Thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go.
Check 53. Not today, you are. Not today. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got
On second and 9. Darnold under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
We will have 2 weeks in the books once this one wraps up. More football coming your way, though, Thursday night. We start week 3 with a good one in the AFC South. Titans and Jags from Jacksonville. Kickoff for that one, 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 on the West Coast. And since we should have Marcus Mariota involved, 2:20 for our friends in Hawaii.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Being chased out left. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, it's Bell. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Number 53, Mike 53. Let him know.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now it's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Joseph on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
It got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play.
Let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
Faking the give, Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
As this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Darnold now to throw. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. A gain of 22.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, team.
Throwing again is Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Out left to Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. A first down throw, Darnold. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Darnold to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Quincy Anune with the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
58 is the money. Go, 58 is the money. Watch
Go.
Watch QB jump. 58.
To the air again, Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Waiting. Five.
Again, Darnold. Flushed out right. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Anune in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To throw is Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
58's the mark. 58.
Here's Darnold. Rumbling past the 30. He hits Herndon over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
58, right over there. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 58, boy. 58.
Back to throw, Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. You go crazy.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Check hot route. Hot.
Darnold from the gun. He finds his target. It's Crowder. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
58, boy. 58. Man, 80. 65.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's checking. Crash.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Mayfield now, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mayfield will throw for it on 4th. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yo, lady. Check. Yo, lady.
Now Darnold. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Anunwa, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's caught inside the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They begin this drive with Chubb. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 24, Mayfield steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ja'Kai Polite in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mayfield and his Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
54. Exit. Check.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. Now Mayfield. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
25, check 20. Hey, alert 33. Pistol. Hey, high 7.
Mayfield. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. 23 yards the pickup there. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
20. 57. Watch the screen. Regular.
Mayfield to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's Mayfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. That close to taking a fourth-quarter lead, but the goalposts, they had other plans.
I thought it was on target. It looked good off his foot, but then, doink, off the metal and out. And those are the kind of breaks that can definitely swing a ball game.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
57 to Mike. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
That's it. Big hit.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice. Matt Bryant now. This will be from 53 for the win. This looks good. It is good. He hits it from 53 yards out. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Jets, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.